Hello BookTube, it's Louise, the big head bookworm. How lovely to see you. How have you been? Hooray! I'm back from my holidays and we had a lovely time. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for everybody's best wishes for us to have a lovely holiday. Obviously, it all combined and made it so much more beautiful for us because it was really, really lovely. We were down in North Cornwall, just north of Truro, on the coast, a place called St Agnes, which is just east of St Ives, if you know Cornwall or you are from that area, so that you can picture where we were. We had a lovely time. The husband and I would become beach bums if we could. We like surfing, we like the beach life. That's all we would do if we had the chance, to be honest. So it's a hell of a wrench coming back, and Benedict is growing into a complete water boy as well, and a surf dude, and the three of us just spent such a fabulous time down there. It has been a wrench coming back, but we're back now and it's all good, and I'm glad to be back here talking to you. Come back to some lovely comments, and so I just thought I'd say a few things before I crack on with my wrap up. I'm going to do my wrap up in two parts because of the amount of books that I read on a holiday, which won't come to a surprise for you really, that I have read a lot, and so there's too much for one wrap up. Okay, so shout outs. Janine T from Iowa, hello, nice to meet you. Christine from Wisconsin, how lovely. I had to look up where Wisconsin was because although I had an idea of it, I really want to put it in my mind. Jacqueline from sunny Birmingham, UK. Oh, we're having a sunny day, Jacqueline. I hope you are too. Zal from Manila in Philippines. Salve, that is such a lovely name. Anne Met from Denmark, a loving hello to you. Teresa from Southampton, are you having a nice time on the south coast? I hope so. You should be having good weather at the moment. Between the Books is from the deep south. I'm suspecting of America, not the deep south of England. Did you start the other Boleyn girl, Between the Books? Because you were thinking that you might. I remembered when you said that how much I actually really enjoyed The Other Boleyn Girl by Philippa Gregory. I thought it was such a good way of telling the story or retelling the Anne Boleyn story, which is very familiar, but just from a different angle and making it fresher. So I thought it was really good. Hello to Stephanie Vickery. Hello to Alicia, I think it is Alicia in Columbia, South Carolina. I have somebody else who said hello from South Carolina as well. Minelle from Melbourne, Australia. Minelle. A, beautiful name. B, you're the other side of the world. You're the other side of the world. My nephew's in Melbourne at the moment, so hello to him as well. Wave to Kizzy Reeds. Yay! Hello, Kizzy Reeds. She's a fellow Janeway fan. I noticed a lot of Janeway love in the comments. Oh yeah, we all like a little bit of Captain Janeway, don't we? It's the voice. It has to be the voice. Nanette from New Jersey, hello to you. Adam from, now can I say this correctly? Memento Mori? Memento Mori. Is that the right way? His channel is Memento Mori, and he's from Seattle, Washington. I'm sure you're all familiar with Adam, but he left a lovely message, so hello to you, Adam. I'm a fan of your channel, so I got a bit starstruck when I saw that you'd left a message. Also, hello to Steve Donahue from the Steve Donahue channel. Thank you very much for the lovely things that you said about me, and I'm back, and I've been watching your videos, and I've caught up with them. I love your bleak and barren Sundays. Those are my favourite days. Perfume Girl suggested that I read the Star Trek novels. She asked me whether I'd read any of them. No, I haven't read any of the Star Trek novels. She says they're quite short and quick to read, and of course you can imagine the characters' voices from the actors that used to play them. So actually no, I haven't read them, and I'm going to look out for them. I think I spot them in charity bookshops, so I shall keep a lookout for those. Hello to Joanne from Virginia, and for a big hello to Jules from Quebec. Paper Bits is also from South Carolina. There we are. I knew there was a fellow South Carolinian. Hello to Amanda from Dudley in the Black Country. Are you having a good day? I suppose you're supposed to be having good weather today. I'm obsessed with weather, as you can tell. And finally, hello to Laurie M, who told me that she's in Calgary. And I don't know whether I've noticed, but I've actually mentioned this, but we have friends who live out in Calgary, and we saw them middle of last year. They came over and they were telling us all about the Stampede and saying, come over for it. And we really must. It sounds just amazing. What an amazing place. So hello to everybody else. It was really lovely coming back to all those comments, and I thought I've just got to say something. So it's so lovely of you, and thank you to everybody that's subscribed recently. It's completely bowled me over that anybody would watch my channel, never mind actually leave a comment as well. So hello and thank you to everybody. Now the wrap up, the books, which is really why we're here. Peter Robinson, When the Music's Over, which is the new DCI Banks. DCI Banks is, all the novels are set in the Yorkshire of, no, they're just set in Yorkshire, in the north of England. They're police procedural crime books. This is, I think, the 22nd or the 23rd DCI Banks, and Peter Robinson knows what he's doing. You just rest easy in the arms of a master, quite frankly. I just loved it. My mum had said to me it was about child abuse when she handed it over to me, and I went, ooh, and she went, no, it's fine, otherwise I couldn't read it, it's fine, you will enjoy it. So I was like, all right, okay. But it's about the historic sex crimes. It's taking the idea, you know, in England, in the United Kingdom, the last couple of years, there has been a real change in the culture of understanding the historic sex crimes that have taken part over the last 50 years. I mean, it's been going on since Adam was a lad, literally, but so it's taking the idea of that, of an older famous man and investigating historic sex crimes, and it was really fascinating. So I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it was a classic. Tell you what it did. I've not wanted to read anything about those, even though I read true crime books. I've been put off because there've been a slew of books about Jimmy Savile and the other horrors, and I've been put off reading about them because I thought it would be too hard to read, and I think they still would. I think somehow it still is too close. I don't think I could read anything about them, but it was really interesting reading a crime novel about it, especially done when it's done so well. So Peter Robinson, When the Music's Over. Then I picked up a slightly lighter crime novel, a mystery novel, A Woman Unknown. It's the third Frances Brodie, third one I've read, third in the series. Just great. They carry on being brilliant. If you Kate Shackleton, you could pick them up in any order, but I think it's good if you can try and get them in order. That's the third one. So the first two books I read were both set in Yorkshire, both murder mysteries. Still fabulous though. Then I picked up The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. This is a YA fairy tale retelling of Sleeping Beauty with the Fae. I enjoyed it. It was fine. It was good. I read it in a day. It was enjoyable. It pulled some punches, I feel, but then I feel that's kind of a YA thing. It could have been deeper. It could have been darker. Could have had more threat. Tied up a bit too well at the end. But it was completely harmless, and I enjoyed it. For when I was reading it, I was engrossed, I was happily engaged with it. It's only when you put it down you go, nah, okay. It could have had a lot more to it, but I did really enjoy it. And I wouldn't shy away from picking up another Holly Black. So if anybody can recommend any other Holly Blacks, maybe ones that are better, I don't know. But it's not to say that wasn't good. I guess I wanted a little bit more, but it was good. It was fine. It was fun. I then picked up another YA. I picked up Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. This is the first book in the Grisha trilogy. I wanted to pick them up quite early on in my holiday because I took all three books of the Grisha trilogy, so I wanted to leave enough time to read them. So this was book one, Shadow and Bone. This is YA fantasy set in a fake Russia type place, Russian civilization. Yes, the Shadowfold. A swathe of impenetrable darkness is slowly destroying the once great nation of Ravka. Elena, a pale, lonely orphan, discovers a unique power that thrusts her into the world of the kingdom's magical elite, the Grisha. The Darkling runs the Grisha, and she also has her friend, Mal, who's her childhood best friend. Yeah, it was good. It was good. It didn't rock my world. I thought the world building, I thought Leigh Bardugo did a really good job of building the world, of imagining the world. Obviously, she is immersed in it, and she had really gone into detail for herself, but also for you as well, about the world. And I enjoyed that. I liked that. I felt comfortable with that. And I thought the character of the Darkling was great. I mean, kind of fancied him, really. I know he was the Darkling, and I know there's badness, but there was that element of him that I just thought, well, quite nice, actually. So that was great. Alina and Mal, the two kind of youthful protagonists, a bit irritating. I found them a bit irritating. It wasn't that I've seen other people comment on the fact that Alina is whiny. And no, I didn't. Well, I kind of picked up that a little bit, but it was a bit nothingy. I don't know. Yeah. They weren't strong enough for me. They weren't strong enough characters. She was feisty, but it does come across as a bit whiny and whingy. I wanted more of her, and I understand it. I understand what Leigh Bardugo was trying to do with her, but she was completely overshadowed by the fabulous character of the Darkling, in my eyes. I raced through it. I really enjoyed it, and was looking forward to reading the second book. However, rather than leap straight into the second book, and this is where we shall finish today's wrap-up, I read Sarah Blandel's The Blue Blood, which is a Danish crime novel, which I hadn't read before. It doesn't say who it's translated by, or does it say who's translated by? Oh, maybe she wrote it. Oh, translated by Eric J. Mackey and Tara F. Chase. So, there we go. That's who translated it. I did enjoy it. I thought it was very good. I liked Copenhagen. I liked the setting. I seem to like the settings more than I liked the detective. I did like Louise Rick. I think I'm coming into the middle of the series. I don't think this is the first one. I think it's in the middle. And I missed the details. It took me to halfway through the book to even imagine what she looked like. There's a severe lack of detail in the descriptions, just everyday descriptions to help you picture it, And I wonder whether, if it's written for a Danish audience, they will know what Copenhagen looks like. They will know what an awful lot of this is. And I wondered whether... So she didn't go into the details because of that. And it made me realise that that's actually the kind of stuff that I really like. So, for example, in the Peter Robinson books, it's all about what he's drinking, or the jazz that he's listening to, or the classics music that he's listening to. It's the whiskey that he's drinking. It's the clothes that they're wearing. It's the food they're eating. It's all of that leads to a wealth of detail that I can then really imagine myself, immerse myself in the world, and I can relax in the arms of the master that's showing me this. I didn't feel that. I felt I was having to do a lot more work, and there were a lot of holes in that kind of descriptive side. The plot was fine, it chugged along nicely. It's not going to rock anybody's world. It was perfectly serviceable as a good holiday read, and that's perhaps all it needed to be. And I shall stop there. But Louise, did you carry on with the Grisha trilogy? But Louise, what other books did you read on holiday? Well, you will have to come back to part 2 of my wrap-up. Oh yes, I shall leave you in suspense to see how many other books I read on holiday. Remember, I did have a very nice time and I did a lot of surfing, but I still did quite well. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to begin with. So yeah, there we go. It's lovely to be back at BookTube. I hope you are well, and I've been thinking of you, and I did talk about you a lot on holiday. The husband would testify to that. Right then, bye.